All right, it is time for us to wet our whistle. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Well, it's been a few weeks again.
Yes, I missed
Been
you,
out
my
in
friend.
California and got some lot of news that we can talk about
Yep.
on the show today.
We are going to do that.
Uh,
How about this? If you are new to the show, let me introduce you to my guest. This is Chuck Gillentine. Chuck is the owner of Defiance Ridge Vineyards. I was just talking to someone over the weekend and they said, "Oh, we're going there." And I said, "Well, good. I'm glad." So this was their first time coming out. So for all of you that haven't been here, tell them where you're located.
we are located in Defiance, Missouri, the huge metropolis of Defiance. There's 6 or 7 businesses in town, and we're the first, and we're the big one on the hill. A lot of great neighbors, a lot of fun people out in this area.
Do you know that Jim is wanting to move out here?
I don't blame him. I mean, look,
Find us some property.
it's such a growing area. There's some property for sale. I would. There's a couple real estate people that have got some listings I noticed just in the area.
Oh, so he's looking for this beautiful view you have, and
Talk to Tom Shaw.
Okay.
Tom,
Tom.
Tom. They know this stuff pretty well. So.
If you all are outside of our area and have never been into Defiance, Missouri, you got to come. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you are new to the show, by the way, it is Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. Every other Wednesday, we're joined by the wonderful Chuck Gillentine. We've got a really interesting show on tap today, and I'm glad that you decided to talk about this because I have a feeling I'm going to turn this one into my audio podcast. This story has legs to it. I have a feeling we could probably do a series on this. Declining alcohol sales in general, but we're going to talk about how it's affecting the wine industry. And is it temporary? Is it going to be back on the upswing? We'll discuss all of that. First of all, let's cheers. Let's talk about this. For those of us that are still drinking wine, this is your Chardonnay.
It is.
Oh, we got it. We can't cheers and not drink.
This is Russian River Valley.
Okay.
We just went to it not too long ago. It's made by the folks I was staying with last week in Dry Creek Valley. It's a really nice Chardonnay and good food Chardonnay. It's got some great acid on it, but it's also it's got some good legs and just an all around nice, really nice wine.
It is. This is easy drinking. There's some Chardonnays that I think need food. This does not.
Well, this one you don't. And this one is not your typical stainless. It's an upgrade. It's not a whole lot of oak on it, or new oak. It does have oak on it though. And I kind of like this style. I don't like the overbearing things and Chardonnay, but this is pleasant and a lot of fun to drink.
Mama, come here, Mom. Mama Jackie's in the background. She just goes,
It's good. It's really a nice wine.
So yeah, there she is. Hello, Jackie. You like that?
Yeah, this is good.
She approves. Mama approved. Hey, everybody. By the way, you can give a shout out. We will talk with you as you're signing on this afternoon. We got a lot to talk about. Before we get to that, though, some really horrific news in our world, if you have not heard. And I hate to give negative news, but a lot of hashtags out there of pray and prayers for Charlie Kirk. Right before we went on, Chuck said he died. So this is breaking news to a lot of you. You may not even heard of this yet, but it was at Utah Valley University. And this is the world that we're in, Chuck. And I know it's I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. Nobody's life needs to be taken.
No, it's really incredible. And in my opinion, he had a type of personality in a show that was needed. I mean, he would get out in front of people and just discuss their views.
Do you find it interesting? Because this is a talker. Feel free to comment if you want to. And here's the thing. I wish more people would open up and talk. This is what we need. We need more communication. That's why he would go on campuses. And this was his first stop on his Debate Me tour. They were asking, and there's obviously a lot of news still to come out. I'm not going to go in depth. I'll talk a little bit about this tomorrow on News You Can Use. But there wasn't a lot of security. And they said they weren't even checking tickets.
No, he had his own security is all he had, I think.
Some of the students that were there were being interviewed right away, and they were like, nobody checked tickets, and there was no security on the campus, they said.
Incredible. Maybe they thought they were secure before they were. Boy, I've heard it this afternoon at home and was hoping and praying that he was going to make it.
And here's the other aspect. Again, if you're just tuning in, just talking real and making sure that you are up to date of what's going on in the world as well. Pray now because he's left behind his wife and two children.
Kids, very young kids.
Yeah, he was only 31 years old. It's just, again, I don't care whether you're conservative. I don't care whether you're a Democrat. It doesn't matter. All that matters is we have got to eradicate hate in this world.
It's just too much. I mean, brings a downer this afternoon, and
but we would be remiss if we didn't mention it. I didn't want us to go on and be like all happy and talking about things and say, hey, because you did see maybe on my page already, praying for him when the news first came out saying that he was taken to the hospital. But everybody there said it didn't look good. I was hoping for a miracle, but everything was sounding like there's no way. And by the way, this is the problem with social media, is how instantaneous people put videos out there.
Oh my goodness!
You do not want to see the video.
No, you don't.
So stay off of X for that person. Well, at least just I would scroll by it unless you really are. I mean, I don't know why anybody would need to see that, because on the news outlets, they are stopping the video right at that point. You hear it.
Well, that's like 2 days in a row with this negative, bad killing news of things. People just crazy.
Well, my husband, a lot of you might know, is a lieutenant with St. Louis County Police, and he said that they were talking about some woman showing up in South County at a church and screaming about churches and then leaving, and that now that everybody's talking about having security everywhere. It makes you as a business owner think different, doesn't it?
It really does, and then it makes you worry about how you run your business. You try to make all your customers happy, but sometimes something may happen, and who knows?
And we get to a world where people are sheltering inside and not wanting to leave their homes. It's like what happened during the pandemic. Nobody left.
Well, obviously, some folks like it that way, and it's down deep and ugly, and it's just terrible. So.
Well, if you're just tuning in, again, normally we don't get into really serious topics, but I at least wanted to address that. But it does kind of allow us to transfer into this. Sure. So let's go back 5 years. Yeah. Everybody was at home, and the price of alcohol sales was actually up. And then when did you start to see a decline? About 2022, 23?
Well, price per bottle has actually kept going up, and it's probably driven by a lot of factors with overseas glass and things like that has gotten kind of crazy. But I would say a couple years ago we're kind of in a different spot. Our wine sales have grown for 7 years in a row, and this year we are down a bit.
Okay.
Not like the national average, but we have events and concerts and all that kind of stuff. But when I was out this last week, I was pretty amazed by the amount of vineyards that have been taken out in Sonoma and Napa. Had a nice long conversation with Chuck Wagner, and I go back to Chuck all the time, but he is like one of the guys that knows everything in this business. He was more concerned about, tariffs with Canada getting, straightened out. But most of their sales are, or wholesale. But he thinks it's going to get worse before it gets better. And just the amount of some of the vineyards and wineries that are closed out in Napa, Sonoma, eventually there will be more. And but their production, I mean, when you're down, 8 or 9%, that's quite a bit, considering most of their sales, most of the wineries out there sell direct to consumer,
right?
And that's $1 million of sales. That's 90 grand. That's off the table, and that's just on $1 million. What if you're doing 20 million? That's a lot.
And so one of the things that we were looking at, and I'm just going to look at some of the articles that, you could go anywhere. A lot of this is being discussed, not just wine, but also spirits, beer. But with regards to this, NBC News said wine sales drying up as Americans turn elsewhere. So where are they turning?
Well, the younger crowd is turning to other things.
Cannabis.
Well, I think they're
and sober curious.
Sure, all of it. Gummies. Just straight marijuana is legal, and we have days here where it's kind of crazy what you smell around, and I mean you can't contain it. We try to ask people to go to different spots, but
they come back and say I don't need to because it's legal.
Right. It's legal, and it's just all these kind of all the above type of thing. But the younger crowd is definitely is where it's the most of downward turn is.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting to me because I've been reading article after article, and I've been wanting to do a show on this for a while. So when Chuck said, hey, let's address this, I was like, yes, let's go deep into it, because the younger generation is saying, well, our parents and our grandparents were drinkers. We're not. We're more into sobriety or sober curious or drinking less and having mocktails. They're coming back and they're saying everything we've been told in the past about health benefits of alcohol is not true. And the Surgeon General saying that we should be putting labels on alcohol bottles saying that there's cancer causing agents. What are your comments to that from being in the industry? Yes, good. I can't wait for your response.
Well, my comments are, since I'm in the business, I don't believe that. But secondly, I'm a 70-year-old guy, and I drink my share of wine, and I'm pretty healthy, so I don't agree with that. I think you go back to the Greeks and the Italians who lived forever, it seems like, and they drink, daily. They start off in the morning by drinking a glass of wine. I mean, they do it, the right way, I'm sure.
Moderation.
But they're all in great health. So look, I understand what people hear and see and what they may believe, but I think if you use a moderation term, you're in good shape. I mean, what the heck, you can't tell me that all the other stuff they're smoking or gummy bears is good for you. I mean, I know there's studies at this and that, but
okay, I'm glad you just went to that. And I told my mom I was absolutely going to go here. Who can we believe anymore? You have doctors that will tell you we've got health benefits for drinking this. You talk to people who are 100 years old and oh my gosh, so what's the secret to age? Oh, I have a drink every night, right? So we talk about our grandparents, our parents, and they all said, I have bourbon, or I had gin, or I had a martini, I have wine. And so is it a genetic thing that they're blessed? Don't know. But I do know that there have been studies that have shown, especially red wine, that there were health benefits for the heart. Now they're saying, no, that's never been true. What?
I don't get that. I mean, I've just had my physical yesterday, and
doc said what?
My doc says,
keep drinking.
He just says, just do it what you're doing, do it in moderation.
Do it in moderation. And look, here's the deal. Whether you want to have a drink, you want to be sober, you want to be sober curious, great. You do you, but there shouldn't be any shaming online.
No, I agree. I mean, look, I drink wine to eat. I mean,
that's what I told somebody today.
It's all about food and wine. Mm-hmm. And well, I'll have a glass of champagne maybe before dinner, but mostly what I drink is with what I'm making. And they've been doing it for thousands of years. So
well, hey, let's go all the way back. Jesus Christ liked wine.
He did.
I'm watching The Chosen right now, by the way. There's some good wine in that movie.
But no, I just we've got such different things that we do that we can work with it and live with it and build other things. I mean, if you're a winery in Sonoma that's used to selling wine, it's going through a tough time right now.
Okay, it is. And if you're just tuning in, once again, let me kind of set the scene again. We are at Defiance Ridge Vineyards, and they're getting ready. You might hear some things behind us. You're getting ready for a big dinner tonight.
Yeah, we have our monthly farmhouse dinner. It's sold out. We got 106 tonight.
So, see, people are still drinking.
So, yeah, I mean, we hope. I mean, look, I think what they say that the people age bracket 50 and up, the sales actually have gone up.
Correct.
A little bit.
Yes. So you're right. It's younger.
Mainly the younger crowd, but that's what we have to build on.
So what is the dinner tonight?
Tonight we're actually doing some of the other wines that I've purchased over the years that I've carried, and it's paired with we've got a Chenin Blanc paired with a scallop, which is a marvelous dish. We have a great Chardonnay that's a little bigger than this one. It's paired with a chicken dish, and then we have pork and fresh vegetables with a Pinot Noir, and that was very good tasting. Then our grilled steak with risotto mushrooms we're pairing it with a Pride Merlot.
Oh, Pride is good.
Pride is excellent, and then a blackberry pie from the garden. Our blackberries that that we've got a great Tryon Zinfandel with it, and it's a really good pairing. Really
and so you said it's a sellout. So how many people will be here?
We sold 106 tickets.
Wow.
Now that's pushing it for us. We kind of like
Yeah.
to keep it around 100.
So your next farmhouse dinner will be, will you have one in October?
October 8th, and it's the dinner's out there, and it's a Norton dinner, and we don't know which Norton we're going to pair with the foods yet, but we've got 6 years of Norton, and we tasted that one that certainly will be in the mix.
Okay.
But hopefully we'll sell out tickets. I think it's great to put things and pair foods with the wines that you personally make. And,
right.
That will be a good dinner. And then November, Keenan Winery out of Spring Mountain will be here.
I love Keenan.
In fact, I met with them last Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. Yeah, I guess it was something like that. Working on how we're going to do it. And the Keenan family is fantastic. We got there and they had lunch all prepared, and Michael Keenan is an incredible cook himself, and it was pretty nice. And
Keenan is very, very good.
Yeah, very friendly, very friendly. If you go to California, if you go to Napa, I would suggest very strongly visiting Keenan. They're on the top of Spring Mountain.
We did. They were very nice,
and they're a great group, and their prices are incredibly fair. And that's not the case for a lot of places out there.
No, absolutely. And you actually, let's just say that you just got back. So I was saying I missed you. So let's kind of look through some of these pictures. Sure. And so when people are going, maybe it's their first time or they haven't been in a while, tell us where you went and then give us some ideas, since you're in the industry, of where we should go.
Well, since I've been doing this so long, we don't do as much wine places as we do some other things. But we visited with Keenan, and then we spent a few hours with Chuck Wagner from Cannabis, and that's the first shot there. That's my wife, my sister, and brother-in-law who are building a home in Sedona, and they drove up and picked us up at the airport, and we stayed in Dry Creek, which it got up to 102 every day. But in the mornings it was 54.
Oh my gosh, that's a big swing.
Big swing. This was the vineyards outside the home where we were staying, and these
are some beautiful views.
The big,
holy cow! Look at that tree.
That tree that was on the at Cass Winery. That was just next door to where we were staying.
That's gorgeous.
That is inside Schramsberg's cave, which is the oldest cave in California. With their, I forget how many hundreds of thousands of bottles they have of champagne in that cave. But we spent some little time in Napa, a little time in Sonoma, spent a lot of time on the coast. Took a drive up one day and went to a fabulous winery called Ross. It's in Ross. It's as close as you can get to the ocean, and had some fabulous wines there. Just about every place we had, they had a small food pairing for us, and you get great ideas when you go out there, and their chefs always come up with some of the funnest thoughts, and so that was worth it.
So going back to that question, so if someone's first going, and it can be overwhelming, by the way, there's so many wines. And again, we're talking, you're going to go Napa area. Do you decide you're going to go to Sonoma? Are you going to go? I mean, there's so many levels of where you can go, and it can become overwhelming. So let's say it's a very first visit. Where would your top picks be?
Well, I would get into Cannabis just because of who they are, and they have an incredible amount of different varietals, and they treat people so well, and it's a big place, but it's something you'll always like and you'll remember. I would visit Keenan. Keenan's a great place to visit. That will keep your costs down. I think
I would put Pride on there, and you're going to have Pride tonight. But Pride is great.
Pride is fantastic, and normally when I do go to Pride, I think this is the first time in the last 10 years I didn't go to Pride. We just didn't have a lot of time to do very many things. But I would also spend time in Sonoma, because Sonoma,
which I haven't yet,
is larger than Napa, and they make incredible Chardonnays and Pinot Noir, and their valleys are gorgeous. The wineries are not, even though they're glitzy, they're not quite as maybe Napa is, but they have different laws in Sonoma than they do in Napa. So you can get some of these places, you can get food. Um, and Sonoma is a 101. You just drive up and down 101 and head into on the Russian River Valley and or go up to Dry Creek Valley where they make Zinfandel and some Petit Syrah, Cabernet. In fact, the vines that I had in on those pictures that is Zinfandel, and Zinfandel is a bush. It's not a vine. And we were there about 3 days before they harvested, and those grapes tasted. I think they were the best grapes I've ever eaten.
Really?
Oh my gosh, they're just fantastic. Older vines, probably 30-year-old vines, and just fun. And,
well, again, and for those of you that haven't been, just some ideas for you if you're going. But what we're hoping is that you don't go, you fall in love with some of these, and then all of a sudden, because of what we're talking about today, that suddenly you hear, oh, they're closing. They're being impacted by this. If you are, let me kind of reset the show. For those of you that are just tuning in, just kind of recapping with Chuck just coming back, but we're also discussing this, whether it's beverage news, it's NBC News. You can look at several outlets, and they're saying, again, that alcohol sales in general, but we're talking wine sales declining, spirit sales, beer sales. This one saying that wine shipping is down as industry pressures persist. So we're talking about that, to the home, that those prices are down. But you had also mentioned that what you thought was also surprising was the cost, the increase that we've seen in wine bottles.
well, I think that's driven from years past. A kind of a tight market on high-end wines, and they being able to, raise the prices up and up. But I will tell you one fact that I found out the other day, that an acre of land in Napa, if you can purchase this to plant grapes, is $300,000 an acre average.
Wow.
And you go across the mountain to Sonoma, and it's maybe 30.
Yeah.
So your high price Napa wines, that's a huge increase,
right?
To where it makes the winemakers and owners go other places instead of Napa to get their grapes. I know Camus does a lot of purchasing from all over the coast and the valleys and just because of that.
I mean, look at this. We're just looking at the average cost per liter of wine in the U.S. in 2024 dollars, up about 40% in the last 25 years.
Yeah, that's a lot.
What do you hear from your consumers here? Do they say, oh my gosh, I had that last year or 5 years ago? Chuck, what's happening?
You hear it every once in a while, but I think Missouri finally has gotten to the point that I think most places do do tasting fees, and I mean it's just natural to not give your product away,
right?
But the price just you hate to pass it along, but it just the cost of doing business right now. The average cost for us is probably going up 40% in the last 7 or 8 years just per bottle on the West Coast products, especially the reserve end stuff.
So would you say that wine is being hit equally as hard as spirits and beer? Do you think it's worse?
I think it's probably worse.
Yeah, that's what I've been reading.
Yeah, I think it's probably a lot worse from what I'm hearing.
So if it were not to change and we continue to see this pattern, what do you do?
Well, for people like us who I said have other avenues, maybe we get some breaks in pricing. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want the market to be strong, and I know the growers out there need it to be strong. So, you don't want to see people just start shutting down like crazy. Then you base on what you do here is trying to do the best you can and making a product that I think that is as good as you can get on the West Coast. And I think on the whites we've done exactly that. And from our results on our two big reds, we did a really good job last year.
So the thing that you just stressed that's very different in Missouri as opposed to going to California where you just came back from is people get a chance to come here, hang, listen to music, have food. You have an incredible kitchen here. You go into California, you're doing your tasting, you don't have all that. So that's where their revenue's coming from.
That's all they get, especially in Napa. It's it. I mean, they can't do anything like that. They they can have a special chef come in and maybe prep and do some things on site every once in a while, but they don't have kitchens on site. It all be catered in. They can't do weddings. They can hardly do any large parties. I mean, I saw a letter that was written to the county of Napa while I was there that over some new tax laws that they were coming down with watershed issues, and it's like, come on, guys, they're already taxed so much, and they're just screaming for some more. And the fact that the grape is what puts Napa on the map,
Exactly. Exactly.
and it's a sad thing.
Well, again, we're all about supporting small business. I mean, you look at going into a restaurant, where are the majority of their sales coming from? They make their biggest money obviously from alcohol sales. So if we take that away, you're going to see small businesses shuttering their doors, and we can't have that. So we've got to figure this out. I don't know. Nobody has a crystal ball here, but I would be very intrigued to see if this pattern that we're seeing from the younger generation really does continue.
Well, I hope it doesn't. I mean, I think you just do it in moderation. Come out and have a glass of wine with your food, and
yes,
if you want to buy a bottle to go, take a bottle to go.
Right.
That's what I would think most people here do. I mean,
Yeah.
by the price per head of our place, I see a couple buying one bottle.
Okay.
And that's eating,
Yep.
So it's the way it works.
So that's a website, by the way. You can go onto the website and check out what they have. They've won so many medals over the years and continue to do so. Before we wrap up, let's talk a little bit more about this. This Chardonnay, by the way, is fantastic.
As it warms up, it gets better.
I tell you what, this is what I love about Chuck. He always introduces me to different wines for me to go, huh, okay. Because when Jim and I came, he's like, oh, you're ordering white. And I'm like, well, it's hot. And it's, oh my gosh, can you believe it's going to be in the upper 90s again this week?
It's already there. It's already mid 90s today. Hopefully it's short lived. It is mid September. So
it's crazy.
This is and we had the most incredible August we've ever had.
Yeah.
Have had.
Oh, it's good.
And I mean, it was incredible. After the year so far had been down, we did a lot of catch up, and September is usually the second busiest month we have. So
I'm looking forward to.
Need to warm up.
It cool down. Yes, we had false fall, by the way. So October is probably my favorite time to go to wineries. But I was talking with Lynn earlier, and she's like, "I love winter." I'm like, you know what? Winter here is beautiful. You look outside, see the snow, have a nice bottle of red by the fireplace.
And we're gonna get a lot of that this year, right? I mean, that's what everybody's saying, right?
I know. I'll ask Beckett.
Like early, late November, and
I won't be able to get out of my driveway. We'll be doing these virtually.
I won't either.
We'll be talking to each other virtually. Hey, Monica, how you doing there?
That's when you stock up on everything.
Yes. Take these home with you. All right, let me turn this for a second.
Get on your bike. Ride
So there you go. 1897. That's the label. What year is this, Chuck? 24?
Yeah, this is new. I mean, it's Russian River, and we've had it only a month or so. It's maybe not even that long.
This is one of the best whites that I have tried from you. So what would you pair this with?
Oh, what we're pairing it with tonight, the scallops, lobster, most any fish. I wouldn't, maybe not the salmon, but most any fish this would be perfect.
Yeah.
With.
Oh, scallops.
Or creamy chicken would be great with it for sure.
That's delish. That needs to be a winner. I'm gonna put a mellow around that one.
Thank you. Yeah, well, thank you. It's good. I enjoy it.
All right. Well, I am gonna let them get to work because they are wrapping things up for a big dinner tonight. By the way, go to their website, go to the calendar of events, defianceridge.com, and then you'll be able to check on upcoming dinners, again, like the one they're setting up for. The next one's in October. It will be again for those Norton lovers. It's the Norton Farmhouse Dinner on Wednesday, October 8th. If you want to come to that. As far as music on tap for you, they've got the fall concert series, Dancing Queen and Night Fever.
Yeah,
tickets.
We're all but sold out.
Oh,
I think we're at that level right now.
That's this Friday night, by the way. Charles Glenn will be here on Saturday. And
music will be inside this weekend.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to be hot. Yeah. Rogers and Neenhouse will be here on Sunday. And then you have the Wine Club new release party.
That's next week, next Wednesday. And we got a lot of tickets sold on that. That should be fun if you're If you're not a wine club member, you can buy tickets also, because we'll bring out several new wines that we just had. This will be included.
Okay.
And we have like 5 or 6 food stations, and it's just fun.
How much are tickets for that if you're not in the wine club?
Oh, I don't know.
No?
I think they're 35 with being in a wine club, or maybe they're 35 and then
Here we go. Tickets are only $35 per person,
Yeah,
pre-discount.
Yeah.
Members are welcome to bring guests and friends. Food will be served until 8 p.m., by the way. So you're going to start that at, 6 p.m.?
Yep.
6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That sounds fun.
And
Maybe
we got a little
we need to
bit of
come to that.
everything. We got all kinds of different wines in it, and different to pair with food. So
I love it. Again, that's why we're keeping him in business, because they've got a lot of different events. So whether it's the dinners, whether you want to have your own party here, an event, weddings, get it all, have them check it out. Best place to follow you on social, is it Facebook, Instagram, both of them?
both.
Okay.
Both.
Check them out.
Yeah.
All right,
do a
my
lot
friend.
Of social media. So
cheers to
dear.
you.
Appreciate it.
Good to see it. And again, great talk today. And we can go a lot deeper. I mean, we probably could do a series on that, because I really would like for people to research before you all of a sudden say, oh, no, there's health benefits to wine. Oh, no, there's health benefits to cannabis. Oh, well, you know what? We're hearing health benefits to coffee, then it's not. Eggs, then it's not. Every time we turn around, that's what I'm saying. Who do we believe?
I'm not I don't do any of the other stuff.
I don't do coffee.
I love coffee.
Oh, I can't do coffee. All right.
We had the best coffee out in California.
I'm a tea drinker.
Okay.
Do you like tea at all?
No, I do.
Okay.
But I can only drink like a cup and a half of coffee anymore. It gets to the point it's too much.
And again, still trying to figure out, are there benefits to it? Are there not? It's just, my mom and I talked about this as I was driving. It's just like people saying, oh, why are all these medicines being pushed my way? Are the pharmaceutical companies in bed with the doctors? Okay, well, I don't know. Whenever there's something in the news and they say this is good for you, who are they in bed with at that time? I mean, I really think that's how it is.
You just don't know.
No. So just do what you think fits into your life, right? Don't you agree with that?
I agree. 100%.
All right. Have a great time tonight at your dinner.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers, my microphone. Cheers, Mama Jackie. Go wet your whistle, whatever you have. And again, be smart. As we just told you, in moderation. And again, if you are the one that's going to have some drinks, designated driver. Love you all. And we'll see you tomorrow, by the way. Positive talk time. We're going to talk some doggies tomorrow morning.